that position meeting room in terms of making sure the camaraderie and everything kind of carries from one year to the next?
Well, I think it's gone well. I mean, but you got a bunch of really good guys in that room, so it's not like it's not reinventing the wheel. You're talking about a team that's had such great success through the years, and so I'm just kind of coming in here and trying to fit in where I can. And I got a real good room with mature kids, so we're doing good.
The first week or two, though, are you just head into the playbook trying to learn nomenclature? I mean, explain what you went through those first several.
Just drinking out of a fire hose, you know. You get going fast and furious, but it is what it is. And really, the offenses aren't that different. Really, it's just like you said, it's nomenclature, it's terminology. And instead of them trying to learn, a lot of players trying to learn a lot of my new buzzwords, I'm trying to learn all theirs. So there's not that much difference for them. But yeah, it's been good, and we've got a really good staff, and they help out too. And like I said, the players know the playbook; they know what's going on too. So I'm not trying to come in here and act like I know everything. I don't, obviously. So it's been good. It's been a good transition.
Immediately right away, what is the difference really dealing with Urban Meyer as opposed to dealing with Coach Kelly? What have you noticed that's a little bit different?
Wow. Really just, everyone has different management styles. And to say which one is better or worse that's not fair to anyone. But
what's different about
I would just say, the intensity level of everything all the time. From the time you set foot in here till the time you walk out of here, and then some. So that's probably the biggest thing.
When you contemplate taking a job here, obviously it's Ohio State, but when you get to coach a kid like Ezekiel Elliott, just how much of a, when you get that kid, is it pretty easy to make that decision to come here?
I don't know. Is it pretty easy to drive a Lexus? I mean, driving a Volkswagen? No, that's not true, because listen, I'm not saying I'm driving a Volkswagen, so everybody don't take that back like Tari and Folsom. Those guys are really good players too, but in all seriousness, no, it certainly helps. It certainly helps to come in and have great players around and some guys that really understand how to work. But I've been very fortunate in my career. Everywhere I've been, I've had some guys that really work hard and their game's important to them. But coming to a situation, into a situation like this, it's a great situation for me personally.
You guys made the decision to move Curtis out the H-back receiver a little bit. Obviously, Urban said that was to get him in the game more snaps. But does that say anything about the confidence that you have in the guys behind Zeke as well?
Well, I think so. Like I said, I think we have a bunch of guys that can really play and hopefully play winning football here. But that's why we're practicing, so they can improve on their skill set as well. But yeah, those guys have been working. But again, Curtis has got an opportunity to really make some plays. He's a big-time playmaker, I think. And got to find ways to get the ball in his hands. And sitting next to me is not a good way to do that.
Tony, did you actually challenge a guy like Briante? Hey, this is sort of your chance. I mean,
absolutely.
Ezekiel's on the sideline.
Absolutely.
We had
that conversation, and we did have that conversation. This is your opportunity to really get a bunch of reps, and what you do with them is up to you. And every single day is an opportunity for you to improve and get better every single day. And that's for everybody. That's not just for Bree, but that's for everybody. And but he has taken to that challenge, I think, and a lot of improvement still to go. I'm not saying he's reached the pinnacle by any stretch, but yeah, absolutely. We talked about it. You have an opportunity, but every single rep matters at all times. You're just now getting more of them because there's less guys in front in line.
Tony, when Zeke is on the sideline during spring, what do you try and get out of him? What's the goal for a guy who's injured?
Well, he's still doing a lot of work, with Mick and his crew, so he gets a lot of work in that way and some individual stuff. But really, he's doing the mental reps are big. The mental reps are big, and just because you've had some success in the past, there's still opportunities to grow and learn and see things. So, the mental reps can be very vital, just as game repetition, so are mental reps.
This might be speculation from my part, but for a guy who has had a lot of carries after a year like that at a position where you take a physical toll, is there a benefit for you guys to ease off of him?
Well, yeah, I mean, you can only listen. Your body only has so many shots in him, and so it does help his body recover and continually recover, and that's a process unto itself. But like we said, it also gives some other guys an opportunity to get in and get some quality reps and learn to play as well. So yeah, but he's going to have a big summer too. And continue to get better, but the one thing you love about Zeke, he's hungry. He wants to play. And it's killing him not to play now. But and he's a high energy guy, as you guys all know. And for me, it's cool because I had the opportunity. I recruited him out of high school, so I've known him and his family for a long time. So it's great to be around those guys.
Hey, Tony, speaking of recruiting, coming from Notre Dame, you were their point man or one of their top recruiters.
So
says everybody on the internet.
See how much you guys don't know, right? Don't believe everything you hear.
Coming to Ohio State, obviously that was a huge emphasis for Urban, getting a guy that, you know, can recruit. How do you go about replacing a guy like Stan Drayton? Do you take his territories? What are your responsibilities? And how was the transition from a recruiting standpoint?
Well, you know, I am going to have some of the same territory that he had previously. And listen, I'm not Stan Drayton. I know Stan. We're friends. I'm Tony Alford. I'm going to be the best Tony Alford I can be, and that's going to have to be good enough. And but Stan left some big shoe prints, no doubt, and he did a fabulous job. And like I said, my job is here just to come in and do the best that I can do for this football program. One thing they do have, they have some really good recruiters here already. If they didn't, you wouldn't have the players that you have on this football team. So, you know, it's not like I'm coming here trying to reinvent the wheel in recruiting. I'm just another guy in the cog, and we'll do the best that I can.
So when you leave a place, and you're probably going to be recruiting a lot of the same guys, you already have relationships and whatnot, what are the challenges of, you know, kind of stepping forward in a new place and, you know, not only maybe adapting new recruiting territories, but also recruiting the same guys with a different shirt on?
Well, you know, I think that, you know, when you do things, you have, in recruiting too, you tell them the truth. And for me, okay, why did you do it? Why did I do what I had to do? And I tell them why, and it's the truth. And as they look at things, they have to really, I think in recruiting, guys have to understand and really look inwardly about what is it that they aspire, what are they really looking for at the end of the day, and see, does the Ohio State, does it fit? Does that fit what they really aspire to have in their lives, you know, moving forward? So the messages are very similar. It's just doing what's best for you in your life, and what you're looking for.
Why did you move? What final analysis? Why did you move Notre Dame, Ohio State? I mean, that's two, like you said, Lexus or Infinity.
You know, yeah, you know, well, no, I mean, listen, I was at a great place, and make no bones about that. I was at a fantastic place that took great care of me and my family, and I almost was treated unfairly, being so kind to me as they were. And it was, you know, it was an agonizing decision because I'd been there a long time. But for my professional growth, I thought this would be best for me. And that's not taking anything away from Jack Schwarbrick and Brian Kelly and Father John. Like I said, they're fabulous, and I got such great respect and admiration for them and that university. But for my personal and professional growth, I had to do this, and I got unbelievable amount of respect for Urban, the guy I played for. I've known him since I was in my early 20s, and Earl Bruce and the great job, the great history of this place, and thought it'd be good for me and to put on my resume too as I continue to move forward as a professional.